Here at SSGS, I'm joined by Jamie Reid of CGI. Jamie, thanks for talking to us today. Now, this is the second day, but yesterday you took part in a round table largely around next generation networks. What were the main sort of takeaways from your point of view?
So we talked a lot about how important SATCOM is to next generation data networks for providing communications in rural areas, public safety, so the aviation and maritime sectors, and how it enables lots of different new use cases from broadband to IoT. We talked a lot about standardization and how important that was, and something that CGI is quite heavily involved with our customers, taking those standards into implementation and helping our customers to realize their ambition in delivering NB-IoT and 5G services from space. And then we talked about how that impacts the ground segment, about how the ground segment needs to transform both in terms of the way it manages the radio access network. So in particular, implementing some of the 5G waveforms and the management of the bandwidth for those waveforms over existing and planned LEO, GEO and MEO services. And then we also talked about the core networks and the need for those core networks to implement the 5G features, which we're already seeing in the telco space, but then also to implement specific satellite features such as bandwidth management, for example. And then one of the key features that we talked about was the need for collaboration in the industry, about how there's no one company that can do this on its own. And that collaboration extends into the telco space, into the MNO space, because a lot of this transformation is going to happen in collaboration with MNOs that will deliver integrated non-terrestrial and terrestrial services to users. And that will be what generates the new revenue streams that the industry is looking for.
Yeah, collaboration's been a major talking point, hasn't it, this week? Just give us a bit of background to why you decided to get involved with this conference.
So, in many ways, the ground segment has been overlooked, perhaps, over the years, but most external observers might not realise that the ground segment is one of the largest parts of the space sector in terms of the earth stations, the networks, the devices and so on. It's how everybody accesses the satellite systems, although the focus is often on the space segment. That's the exciting bit, the launchers and so on. The reality is the everyday user of satellite services is accessing those services through a device which is connected to a network which is managed by the satellite operators. So I think it's absolutely fantastic to bring everybody together in this ground segment space for quite a unique conference, I would say, that's really drilling into the detail of how that really important part of the space industry is evolving and transforming. And it's really where we're beginning to see the majority of innovation coming for the next set of services.
Yeah, talking about the next set and moving forward, what are some of the trends and issues that you're dealing with at the moment?
So we're seeing that satellite operators and ground segment operators are really looking to implement digital transformation. So they're looking to implement services far more quickly, in a far more agile way, with less to reduce the time to market, really, to bring those new services and those new revenue generating opportunities to market as quickly as possible. So we've been helping our customers to implement new digital platforms within their organizations, moving ground segment into the cloud, so into the public cloud, and hybridizing it with their own data centers to find the right blend for performance and cost. That brings agility across their business. So that enables them to both go to market more quickly as well as break down the silos within their organization. That enables satellite operators and ground segment companies to become data-driven organizations, for example, to implement AI at scale across an organization, as well as connect the marketing functions directly to the technical functions, which enables new innovation to come to the market. So we've been helping our clients to design, architect and implement those services, as well as migrate existing services, legacy services into the public cloud. So we're seeing that as a huge trend in the industry at the moment.
Well, Jamie, thanks for your support of the conference and thanks for talking to us today.
That was my pleasure.